near the end of that year in terms of their ability to potentially close out tournaments, the finals they got into, and yet it feels like there's somehow a chance that they can win this series, and that's weird. So we'll leave it at that. I think the cool part about this game for sure is Nuke.
Yes.
And we start off on it.
Yes, sir. Buckle up. Here we go. We get the quick contact towards Trophy and ramp. Naf's going to fall away. Naf clearly above every other player in the server at the moment in terms of rating for groups. Next closest would be Elige. And in a very unfortunate turn of events for Big, we have Searson, Tabson, and Favin all in the red at the current moment. Keto at the top of that list. So it's just not the Big you would expect. It's not the formula that's meant to work, but it has got them down to this B site with a bomb plant. So pistol, T-side, nuke. Very important. By the looks of things, partly secured. Got Elige inside of the vents. We've got Nav back over towards Decon. And then Nitro and OC, the other two remaining players for Liquid, are going to attempt this ramp retake. Tabson pressed close means Keto, at this distance, should serve up that distraction and potentially serve up kills. 2 to the favor of Big, make it a third. Keto is gonna keep this clean. Keto, as said, highest rated player for Big and impact out the gate.
Yeah, man, Keto is probably looking around like, why is it me? You know, it's great that Keto's doing this, but you know, I talked to Tabson on Overtime the other day, and he said that, like, when I asked him, like, who are the 3 players on your team that you consider core, that you are supposed to be your second and third best fragger, he put himself up there. He says, assume that's also the case. Probably the most reliable in 1v1s, but yeah, it's been Keto in a lot of these games, has been the most consistent player, and not even just by the stats, just visibly.
Big waste no time in the second. Downstairs they'll go. Quick rotate, though, out of Liquid. At least trying to keep things fluid. Naf. See what you got. 5-7. Ooh, clean. Catching Tabson in the sky. But then what? OC had a chance from control. Searson alleviates the pressure. Everybody else is up inside of lobby. So there's a nice window of opportunity here for Big to convert that second.
Yeah, we talked about Nafly. I mean, it was a great year behind Yakinder in 22, but in 23, he is well above everybody else on the team. And it's sort of interesting. It's not totally unexpected, though, in the sense of, in the same way that, like, Keto being at the top of the board is, right? Like, Naf has been for a while talking about how he's taking on support roles, doing things that people don't want to do. But all the while, last year, second best player on Liquid. This year, the best over these maps, even though things haven't gone that well. So, yeah, it sort of feels like Jackie Chan, you know what I mean? It's just like so humble, but able to beat everyone up.
Okay. I didn't know what you meant,
Okay.
but we got there.
It's been a while since, you know, Jackie Chan movies, I guess.
Sure. Always love a little Rush Hour.
Yeah. You feel the fish.
Yeah. I've heard on the street that, you know, we're not talking about a Team Liquid that was coming in too early to Europe. They showed up. They were hoping things would go smoothly. Well, even if you win this one, as I think, again, we all expect them to, for their sake, for the sake of the consistency of Counter-Strike, winner of this plays heroic. Finals or showdown on the line with that one. So, Favin, nice clean entry into the A site. Again, we're just getting through these pistols. But if your goal was just showdown, I don't think you expected or wanted to have to deal with the fact that heroic stands in your way for that.
You never know when they're going to get back into form, and it's an inevitability. They're not simply going to fall off this year. They're just going to have a slow start. I think it doesn't take a genius to predict something like that. So, like you're saying, the more time you give them, the more losses, where the deep team talks come in, the more serious practice begins, the realization that they have to keep working again. As soon as that flickers in their mind, well, then it's going to be very serious. So you never want to play heroic.
Let me add a little bit more to that, all right? Yep. As of today, we have announced that the spring finals will be in Washington, D.C.
Washington, baby.
Team Liquid, meant to be NA's best chance at winning an event on home soil. And if you don't win versus Heroic and get sent down to that showdown flawlessly without dropping a map.
That was true.
That was the one time. The one time. They just came through, start picking up event wins. But here we go. Guns up, Team Liquid. Time to start the game.
Yeah. Don't know if this gap was forced by a molly, but This is a little bit of a tell for Liquid.
Oh, tough Nitro. Players very quickly coming out of the hut. Yakinder tries to get between them. Nice push. The A1S gets away from him. Heaven player dead after one. Naf tried his damnedest to recover some of that, and tabseN will pick up that bomb. So OC has to come out from Heaven and somehow strip this away from Big. Elige still floating outdoors. We're gonna get the paint can smoke. searsaN, I love the active play here. Will you ever anticipate this flank in from health? Crazy thing, it's gonna have to be done with a sniper. So searsaN, if he sees some skin, he's got him. No scope off the ladder, not needed. tabseN picks up the frag, and then Elige, that's his ticket out of there. So we've got the 4-0 T-side start.
That is a cool thing about Nuke and the trouble as well. Slow retakes means really powerful flanks on this map that are entirely possible from the regular post-plant positions. Like, let's take another map where it's a little bit less easy. Mirage, if you're going to rope, from a lobby, which is a very natural spot to be, and then just flanking around through Heaven, especially if you have teammates alive. And back in the day, Yakinder gets 2 in that position. Just smoke on purpose to keep a player maybe playing mini, watching outside so they get hit upper, but they win nonetheless.
Ooh, Crimbo real quick. Down through vents and an open B site. If he doubles this back around secret, OC very well get caught off, but he's also on the fallback into the depths of CT spawn. They'll double up towards ramp and Elige and Naf actually get active. Love that. Round like this, limited weapons as they are, ready for the lobby crunch. They want to try and come in here, but all they're going to get is information, no kills. All of Big have crossed behind these smokes.
Done well to do so, no one up close. Instantaneously into walking, Naf lies suspicious, Elige looks like he is too.
Makes sense, right? They've at least pieced it together. It's just a matter of pulling off the unthinkable with lesser guns.
And, Naf gets into a spot where it almost doesn't matter what gun he is. He has a pretty good angle to get one kill, but did he drop off actually?
Looks like it.
Oh yeah, he's playing to open the door. So sometimes when they cross to control, you can open the door or just barrel stuff someone who opens it in front of you.
That'll allow Elige. Oh, searsaN just gets shredded by the 5-7 pushing in. Elige doesn't need to worry about the windows because the MP9 from ramp was meant to stop that. The smoke grenade causes Nitro to have to extend out for the trades, but the SMG still tear them up. Team Liquid, an excellent job of corralling these kills, one after another, and then OC.
The smokes actually meant they were running cross outside, even though they didn't have an audio cue, and they took full advantage of that situation. So that's well done on low guns. We are looking for growing pains on this map, even though Liquid are clearly planning to bring this into the pool, wanting to play it last time versus OG, getting a chance to play it in the match before, and now picking it again. We'll see how scripts have went.
Over top of the smoke. Team Liquid been pretty quick to fall away from this forward outer hold. Big seemingly consistent in this creep. Now normally there's that wall of smokes up, right? They've been using that every time. They're gonna do this without them? OC's sitting back, comfortable angle. searsaN's inside that pack of players, so anticipate some kind of a counter pick attempt. First one sent forward. Now that op's gonna hold it slowly as everybody else goes running downwards. 40 seconds, and now they're just running this down to B, trying to just jump on that timing, anticipating that the rotate hasn't happened yet. But Naf, off of the rafters, gets one, falls away, sections these fights off individually, but still can only win the first one, and the smoke will cover that bomb plant if they choose to. Flash deep. tabseN's hands busy, Favin moves forward. Good footwork. Getting into this corner, and sure enough, because Big pounce, last time think about how we had Elige, we had Naf, we had that quick play down vent as well to get into decon. This time, Liquid nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Liquid are going to go for this, even though they're all in really strong spots. It's 4v4, but okay, they get a kill here.
That could help. Turns the Opper away, but then that flash grenade just stuns them for an extra second. Here comes the util, trying to push it forward. Favin, Khalil, traded quick. Tabson comes up, base of the ramp, still his, and they're gonna try to split it both sides. You can get all the damage you want. You're not getting this retake, Liquid. 5 to big.
Yeah, and it's not that they didn't have a okay spot to go for the retake, but you knew HCS. And the thing about the rotations is they're hard because of the verticality and the stack sites on Nuke, the event rotation, secret, these kinds of things. But we see it's also mostly just punishing on the smallest timings. Like right there, Nafly makes the right move. He gets into the site, but his teammate behind him at OC can't help him in that outpost setup with the op on ramp and could have got a lot out of that round. And Yukinder was in mini and heard that.
This one's fast though. Favin, damn, not gonna respect that hold. Luckily for Liquid, Elige and Nitro come back, and there's a utility kill to start that. A second versus Searson. Looks like he just found him through the mini smoke, cut him off as he tried to exit Squeaky. We'll have to play that one back, see how did Elige get a multi-kill in this situation, and see whether or not that's enough to just make this retake happen. You know they wanted the last one, didn't pull the trigger. Here comes Tabson, again, could be essential. And they're gonna walk right into that crosshair. Tracks Elige, but that second peek, that's gonna keep this going. Favin pinned in the backside, flash turned, all good. OC still hesitant, more utility, and the headshot's clean against the Opper, so now it's a desperate sprint from Naf. There's just enough time. Favin rounds the corner and clutches one.
Scored big assist. The hold was almost serviceable from this position. Like, absolutely was. It's been a splendid job. The teammates around him. Somehow, he's the one doing that farthest away from the information outside.
Love the play. Love the call. Double Mac 10 push straight to the B site. Elige. Ooh, nicely done. For him to get 2 kills there, recovers those initial ones. And Favin's also wounded. So we get Favin going down the vent. Now, bomb is planted front site. He could go all the way around to secret. And this could be the perfect late play. Think back one round. Elige, impact through mini. Well, Favin has his back turned.
Yeah, they took out the vent player so early. This is such a cerebral move from Favin.
But
he can still get out of there, though.
Takes the further fight. That's just going to interrupt Elige, who was about to try and get that mini retake rolling. Naf, however, has Hut. He'll peel Keto off that back site. Then the vent player does come back up. Naf, 10-second stick. Already 5 seconds there. Falls on Favin. Gets the got him and second.
Oh my god.
1 bullet to the head of Naf. Elige there to give cover. Died.
Felt frame perfect. Oh, that's upsetting for Liquid.
Yeah, earned grin. You see him even check the kill feed like, did I? Take a bow, good sir. 12th kill for Favin. Off the nade. Down goes Yukinder. Our desk just bringing up the fact that Favin struggling immensely in this event.
And again, before Crimbo joined the team, the player to talk about from Germany to join the roster. And it was almost before he could even blossom, overshadowed by the fact that they brought in Crimbo, who once again was the player in Germany that they were waiting to talk about grabbing and securing them both. It was like, okay, maybe now it's going to be the Crimbo show. But clearly Favin has the chops as well.
That one gets away from him, but Searson, nice transfer off the MAC-10, gets that clean headshot. You'd think Naf could have traded. Nade's good. Finds him, and Nitro, hello, a headshot to Tabson. So Liquid throw a wrench in the works. We've got a 1v1, and Nitro, crosshair in the right place, but Keto, quicker on the trigger.
Another clutch one for Big. Yeah, he didn't even see.
That's what he needs. Triple MAC-10. Last time this was when they threw into that Hut rush. The one that comes down to the 1v1. Naf, lots of bodies towards that ramp. Good amount of damage. Kills one of the SMG, tags the other 2. They could leave somebody to float back on ramp as smoke is deployed towards decon. And Nitro knows better than to run through that.
Yeah, it almost, yeah.
Dude, Big have got pace to them tonight.
I like it. I mean, they're putting pressure on the communication as much as possible. Here, brand new team on Nuke. Let me show you the ropes.
Y'all want a 7-map pool? Flash towards control, Tabson. Doors open, close. Mac 10s making mincemeat of these CTs. I mean, there's nothing here for Liquid. In fact, they can't even leave. They want to, but that bomb's gonna pop. And Yakinder hoping to survive it. Cross your fingers, bud. Ooh. Oh, what? Oh, maybe we're,
how much damage it would do, but
maybe bomb was planted control side. I don't know.
yeah. So that's the thing, you know. Maybe they did a lot of good talking about what to do in protocols, but executing really fast on those protocols. Someone come and take over control of it or help you rotating down as well. The one round Liquid won. They had 2 good rotations lower. Nafly to the control door and Elige right behind him in the site as well. We're seeing no success in the retakes.
No real success out of Yakinder.
Yeah, and Yakinder in his career, like not on Liquid obviously, but in his career has played a solid amount of Nuke, but didn't play it on Outsiders. So it's been some time.
Is there anything that jumps off the page that can kind of explain Yakinder's struggles at the start of this year? Are we just thinking losing duels?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he had a largely confidence-based playstyle. I've asked him that. He's confirmed it. And, well, that's a lot to, you know, put on one element to your game. But, of course, he's got more than that. I don't think this is the fall of Yakinder by any means, being this early. But it is weird because he's a guy who just stays consistent for so long.
Well, another...
Yeah, I think we did see some moments from Yakinder in the last year where some of his lurk plays, like thinking about his Ancient match versus Navi, where it looked one tone versus teams that were now ready for him. And it looked like for a while that, you know, if they were going to figure out Yakinder, they would have already. But when eventually some teams did, he starts to look more human. But more than the frags, Yakinder's comms in his position, if he's going to be playing mini on these rifles, has to be the most important thing, especially versus the outside cross.
Naf tries to get through with an assist. That'll work. Pressure on lobby. Caution from Searson. Back it up. Conceded. OC's grabbed the AK-47, so now Liquid will have a little bit more to work with. And then this could be the X factor. Yakinder pressing out to Secret. Hears them coming down. Hopes Keto will be caught off by the off angle, but he's not ready for anything thus far. Nitro up next. OC still above on A with the AK. Nitro's not trying to throw away his life. But if OC's backside on A, then, I mean, it's not like he can go ramp. It's not like he's going to push around lobby, but that's the bomb.
Ooh.
Oh, Nitro delivered a gift.
Now, they're on both sides of him, and Nitro's just walking out into this. So, last one up is OC. They don't know where he is. He got a kill, but it was some time ago.
They still don't have bomb.
Yeah, they're worried about getting it. They think he's just camping this behind Nitro. If they read too far into this, there's actually a chance they come back upstairs, and OC's just crossing his toes and hoping for that, but... Oh, okay. They have enough time to wait.
At about Liquid on Nuke.
This feels like how Furia play against Big and destroy them. Like, put immense amounts of pressure, way more than they're used to seeing. And Big, who are a team based on about communication.
Nitro's job won't be easy in round 13. Triple nades. Down to 47 health.
Really curious now to see if this goes outside again. What kind of responses we're going to get. And, man, there's just been such a lack of presence outside. At least we're pasting Secret in now to the CT playbook. But no one's been aggressive on the red cross. Top of Big Garage, playing up close on red. Oh,
Found out.
I just walked up on him. That's how much confidence they have here.
Keto continuing the trend at groups. Clean impact. OCC's 2. Smoke comes at him. Weird amount of pressure, right? That smoke in front of you, there could be 4 players ready to pounce.
Just trying to make him paranoid.
Sitting around on the railings, though. Yakinder, oh, pressed in, not alone. Taps in, high alert now. And of course, Crimbo gets away from the nade. Favin doesn't waste a second, gets out onto that A site, and with Naf up above him, you wonder how the hell he got that deep. How did he get away with that kill? The other CT thinks he can retreat, but wrong. And now OC's gonna have to go massive, at least dropping bomb to start. They've got 20 seconds, and it sits in the no man's land. He decides to commit, falls down.
He's the right move. The bomb's out in the open. He can get a secret. He has a chance of winning this damage in.
Big shot, 6 seconds, needs to get them. He could get chased.
It's nice to see that not only is that trend continuing, that Keto is topping the board or near the top of the board, but this time his team is also winning.
I think a little, insult to the injury. In fact, he hits that first shot on Searson, but it's through the blue box. He doesn't go down. He's got to hit him twice.
Yep.
Would have been way more prepared for that last duel had the first shot killed him, but that's CS. Misery loves company. And this is a miserable Team Liquid. Naf pops up.
Okay. Now,
Flips his ramp box.
they snuck. Oh, okay.
But
Yeah, there's another calm hole here. Oh my god, he still wins.
no, wait, and a
he doesn't
third!
stop winning.
If there's one saving grace for Liquid, it looks to be Naf. 12, 13, and 14 all queued up off the FAMAS. First one clean, bails down, drops to the B site. Something that Liquid can be proud of.
Here's another round where a timing isn't called. Okay.
Congrats, your second CT round, 14 deep. I want to see this second one. Just because he does kind of come around the corner, jumping and turning, he's like pirouetting. Nitro should not be your second highest fragger. Big, of course, end this half with a 13th round win. They can write it off. Let that be Naf's moment.
Finally, some disrespect while they're crossing.
An actual challenge. There's a little gap there. Elige keeps an eye on it. Oh, but Tabson sniffs him out. Searson catches OC at a further distance. Yakinder's going to get the kill in towards lobby. But now this 3-player pack, they could just go ahead and burst onto B. You'd think there might not be much there, but
Look who made the right move again.
Naf's already downstairs. He's been the thorn in their side at the B site. And of course, the other possibility is that they kept walking outside, so Yakinder has to go towards hell.
And again, it's about how early you can commit. So you can cross control door and control window, which can be opened, if they're walking out at any time.
Naf still up and above. Drops bomb. Trade from Tabson. Clean. Tabson wants everyone he can. And Searson with the ultra late lurk outside. Tabson comes off that bomb so that Yakinder can't just stick it and force Searson to sprint over. And guess what?
Do some interesting stuff on T side. The thought of a comeback. Big seem really well prepared right now to punish a team that are revisiting a map they haven't played in a long ass time and are trying to just put so much pressure on the communication. They got away with all that. Now they get CT side to look forward to.
Sure.
Don't fumble the bag is basically the call at this point.
Don't do it, Big. Don't choke this. Got a good amount of util coming out of Liquid here. Molly included for the hut, so good thing Crimbo already moved. Lets him be a little more comfortable. Those Berettas intimidate Yakinder. He falls back, and as he tries to re-engage, it's the Berettas. Silver linings. You get a little bit more of Liquid on Nuke. Somebody get the mop and bucket. You have to clean them off the floor. Missed smoke out of Liquid. That's going to allow for Searson to very comfortably post up. Crimbo peeks. Lots of presence being shown here, and it is easy for the first two. Then the FAMAS comes out. Yakinder and Naf will reel this back somewhat.
Make it a movie.
Searson's attempting to push in. The shotgun, yes, that's right, XM1014 on Keto. And the scout out of Searson is what's going to turn this back onto Naf. He's been the one shining light of Team Liquid on Nuke.
This is trying to get confidence on the map because, again, Big's record isn't great, but it's either going to be a massive wake-up call or make them rethink their strategy of even trying to bring it in at this point.
So force buy from now until the end of time.
What was that?
Little pea shooter.
Okay. Thought it was a para. Paradies.
Got him. And honestly, Big have got us. Team Liquid. And North America down bad. But that's okay, it's Nuke. We've got Anubis after this. And if you guys weren't joining us earlier this week, of course, Complexity tried to pick Anubis versus Liquid.
They got tossed up.
and Team Liquid looked good. So there's definitely still some life in this series.
Gob is feeling really good about Biggs Anubis.
Oh yeah?
On record saying they think, yeah, they've
In which case, that could be...
crafted really well, so that'll be a very interesting match.
Sign me up. I feel like Big always good for like utility plays and whatnot, so we could get some real interesting knowledge out of that. Searson is gonna lose a teammate, tries to keep it clean, but the Tech-9s have managed to burst through. Nicely done from Liquid. The spacing looked good. Keto with the double, and Crimbo from above. So just when you thought that Liquid's talent was gonna bust through Mini, just when you thought Tech-9s could get that bomb down, and there maybe was a little bit of life, some respect to sprinkle into this nuke, all your hopes and dreams have been crushed.